Hi everyone, welcome back. All right, this is the weekly Round the World from Aries to Pisces read. It is March 2nd, 2026. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, Aries, 10 of Wands, the Lovers, still trying to get over a relationship that ended, potentially with a Gemini whose chart would be either a Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. Let's look at the High Priestess. We have the Three of... So I feel this person that you were working with, you were working with someone, or you met someone through your work, and it has caused you a lot of like emotions that are coming up to the surface. It's like, this already happened, right? This already happened. I almost want to say no love loss, but I don't feel that 100%. I don't. I feel that you are somehow, kind of feel like you think they may be coming back. Let's ask the Star. So I feel that you're allowing time to progress, right? Because time helps us get over stuff. And I really think that emotionally, I know that you're healing, I get it, but I also feel that you are kind of hoping, wishing, and praying that this person comes back or they contact you. Let's look, Aries. Yeah, I do. I really feel like you're hoping that this person comes back because they were fun-loving, but there's a reason why it broke up, moving on, letting go. Even though this is bittersweet. We had a really good time. I felt like a kid again. I could trust you, or could I? I still feel there's an issue of trust, and someone's trapped, or you, Aries, felt like someone was trying to trap you into like a relationship, but serious, not, people try to trap one another, such as situations that are like, where do we go from here? We need to talk. What's going on? All of that, all of those questions. I think that you got to the point, Aries, in this relationship where it was a make it or break it. And I also feel that especially in Aries, if you feel like you're being trapped into something, it's like, that's a red flag for you. It's like, I'm out of here. Even if it was like, I don't know why I'm saying as good as it gets. I feel someone became very, not needy, but wanting more than Aries, you or they could offer. And if it is someone who's in a third party, let's just say that it was a secret lover, secret. However you look at these, it could have been a secret love affair at work. And maybe someone wanted it to come out. Like, why can't we just tell everybody, I'm so in love with you? And that didn't work. Okay, so I'm sorry, Aries, but there are lessons to be had, so it doesn't happen again. Taurus. Time stampers, thank you. Taurus. Honestly, it looks like all of us are letting go. I am not kidding. I really do. I feel like we had to part ways. Someone parted ways, right? Because we didn't see eye to eye. We had differences that probably in the beginning didn't show up, right? You start a relationship, you've been in it for, let's say, 8 years, right? And then it's like, the thing is that when you start a relationship and it's going really well, because it's in the honeymoon phase, right? And then reality hits. And people are like, oh my God, now we have, like, there's control issues, there's insecurity issues. So someone just packed it up and said, I'm out of here. Yeah. I mean, it's so obvious. And now they want to come back. Look I'm telling you, the retrograde is bringing, like, all these people for some out of the closet. Because I just heard it. And who cares, right? I mean, whatever. Okay. So I feel that an empress, though, the feminine is not happy that the masculine left, and or vice versa. Okay, someone said it's dead and buried. I'm not going back, but someone's still hanging by a thread that you'll take them back. That you will say, maybe just a conversation would help. That's all I'm saying. Not necessarily maybe going back. I think this is you, because this is the Taurus card, yeah? Let's just look at the Empress reverse real quick. This is you. Leo, Aries, Sag. Or a Leo, Aries, Sag. That turned their back on you. I gotta get another card here. Yeah. I think the masculine is hurting and wants to come back. The feminine says, maybe I'll give it a listen to. Let's see. No. Again, look at that. Not again, meaning I feel that there's the differences that you had, Taurus, with this person became bigger than life. It was like, okay, now I'm thinking it was a live-in. I think you were with someone, well, you could have been married, but I felt a lot of you that applied to was that you were living with someone, right? And it started being an issue, like petty stuff too, because they're just telling me about, okay, so, hey, I bought that steak, and, you kind of like were doing the tit for tat for some of you, because Spirit told me it became necessary to start labeling your food, who bought what. I mean, it was really absolutely ridiculous, especially if you're thinking of really having, once you move in together, the tit for tat really it never works. But to say that, oh, this is my Coke, or this is my whatever. I bought that, okay. I don't know if that applies. Let me know. Gemini. 5 of Swords. Page of Pentacles. So, Geminis, you guys have been in this, I'm going to say it, don't get upset, but this woe is me. I've been single for a long time, but I also know that the relationships that have come before me are not up to par. They're breadcrumbing. They've been breadcrumbing. So, and not only breadcrumbing, but being aggressive, maybe in terms of like verbal stuff. You know, we fight over, money. We fight over, budgeting, grocery shopping. I've been single long enough to know I don't want this back, and you have 2 5s in my life again. So I don't feel this is happening to you right now. I actually feel that you're standing here in the center of this and saying, you know what, I've been in relationships way too long that they're breadcrumbing and like abusive, verbally abusive, or, if you're having a fight, they're a dirty fighter. Right? And they do it on purpose to see if you're going to stick around, which I don't know why. Or they think you're a dirty fighter. Look at that. Yep. Justice is reverse. Yep. The fights that you had were totally unfair because they thought all they cared and thought about was, I'm going to win this fight no matter what. I'm going to also have the last word in. It wasn't fair. And maybe what they're fighting about is like trivial. So you're like, I'm out of here. Absolutely. I'm out of here. I don't deserve this. And I'm not going to put up with it. And I'll take my cup elsewhere. Absolutely. So Gemini, it's like no more breadcrumbing. No more people that are just like, you have 2 5s. So you have massive changes because maybe, just maybe, Gemini, which really and truly is totally the Gemini way, is level up. Why are we putting up with breadcrumbs? I mean, seriously, that doesn't even sound like a Gemini. Are we really that, are we really, it's not a desperation, right? Let's go to the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords, please. Someone, okay, and I also feel that if there was a fight that ensued with a lover, a husband, or what have you, and someone has not been paying you much attention because their focus is not 100% on you, it could be their focus is somewhere else and they're not really putting the effort into this relationship. So it could be that maybe, Gemini, you said, I'm out of here. Or, you just said, I can't be in this relationship because, and I feel that they don't want to lose you, especially with the world reversed. They don't want it to end. And they've been worried, and you've been worried. So I feel as if someone, Gemini, that you've been with for a while, let's say for a while, right, is starting to be complacent or has been complacent, not giving attention to the fact that relationships have to be, equality, right? Equal. It's just like when we pray. It's right hand, left hand gets together and says, okay, we're one. Not that we're one, but 1 and 1 is still 1. So if you are, I don't know why I used the prayer. I feel that someone's been praying since I did that you wouldn't take off, that you won't leave them high and dry. It's kind of like, it is. It's like the farmer here that has crops and that they have to tend to their farm, right? That's what farmers do. So what happens is they deal with vendors and or whoever they get their seeds from or what have you. Those seeds are planted to wait for the time, the soil has to be right, the weather has to be right, and then, the money comes. So for some of you, that pertains to work, like you've been at a job for a long time, and maybe at every turn that you are, wanting extra money, or you want to raise, or what have you, at every turn, all the hard work that you have given to this company or organization or what have you has not been paying off. Or even if you own your own business, right? You plant the seeds. It's that saying, what you put in, you get out, right? And if you've been putting in more than what you're getting, then it's always time to leave, whether it's a job, a love relationship, and even like your own self-employment. Whatever you do, you have to do it. You have to come 100%, and that is in terms of a relationship. A relationship, just like that farmer, he planted those seeds and he got 50% instead of 100. Is he hurting? Absolutely. A relationship, you plant the seeds, you decide to be together. That has to be a give and take type of relationship. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Otherwise, someone says, you know what, you've got more important things to do than, and we're out. Cancers. Cancers. This came out for, I think, Taurus. You could be dealing with a Taurus. And then there's the World. Okay, some of you are packing up and traveling. Some of you are making headway in travel arrangements. Some of you are going to visit family. Some of you are moving, literally. Feel you're in boxes. Maybe it's time to go. I mean, obviously, with the Knight of Swords. You could be telling family or someone, you might have ties in Europe, or you're going to check on your family that's in another country. Maybe they're coming to you because of so much havoc in the world today. They may be coming toward you. Let's see. Or you have family that moved near you. Yeah, they're not there yet, but they're on their way in another month. So you do have family that's coming in a month. Okay, so now I'm feeling that you're waiting on them to arrive and you're getting things organized. I'm not sure about, let me see, the Seven of Pentacles with, hold on, I need another card on the Seven of Pentacles. If it's a relationship that's ended, then someone packed their bags and said, I'm out of here. This was the last, I feel with this Seven of Pentacles, with Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, Nine of Wands with Seven of Pentacles. I digress. This makes me feel like two people that have been together for a while. Someone says, I'm out of here. I'm not putting up with this shit anymore. And they just pack their bags and leave. Maybe a relationship that just you couldn't keep it going. Something about a relationship. If it's not a relationship, then it is about, maybe someone said, hold on. Maybe one of you said, you know what, I'm going to go and we could be legally separated, or I'm going to go take a vacation, or I'm going to go visit my family and I'm out of here. Yeah. I think someone's going to visit their family to give this person and or both of you a break. Maybe you decided to take a break on the relationship before you get divorced. I felt it. Legal separation. Whomever. I don't know who it is. But I do feel that it has come to this point where it's like, okay, before we do anything drastic, let's take time out. And for others, it is a divorce. Hold on. I need to get one card here. I can't leave you hanging here. 7 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands with the Ace of Wands reversed. Tell me what's going on for Cancers, please. Legal matters. Yeah, it is. It's a legal separation, or you're going through divorce. Property issues. That's why this Ace is reversed. It could be about, for a slight hand, it's someone got a speeding ticket. So be careful. If you haven't yet, just be careful, right? But I do feel you're meeting with a lawyer, or you're already met with a lawyer. Either the divorce is final, someone's moving out and moving on, or a legal separation to see if this can be saved. Okay? And giving it like a month, if at the very least, having this week as a timeout. Like before it's finalized, before you go, before you decide to say it's done. With the World, it's probably done for a higher percentage than, or it's just a separation, to see if we really want this. Do we really want to stay together? Because you're both wounded, so you need time away. I don't know if you're deciding just to take a break and maybe come back, or we're done. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Sometimes it is just better to, I shouldn't say that, because when kids are involved, it's different. So I don't really know. I can't say that. But sometimes for the kids' sake and for the health of two people that have been, struggling to make it work, it just seems to me like being apart sometimes is better than being together and always having the same old stuff come up. That would probably call for a personal. If you need it, I'm here. All right, Leo. Leo. Celebrations, family gatherings. Some of you just moved and it's like the house is messy just because you moved. Some of you have kids that just graduate. Well, wait, they're getting ready to graduate. So you do have kids or grandkids that are getting ready to graduate and have this celebration. Let's see, we're in March, April, May, June. That would totally make sense. 2 to 3 more months, maybe a little longer. Maybe maybe you just moved to be closer to the family, to your siblings, to your kids. And if they have kids, because there's stuff on the floor like kids' toys and stuff. So maybe you just relocated, or you're in the middle of relocating. So it's like you unboxed everything, but everything's messy. Or you have kids or grandkids that are making the house a mess. But I do feel that someone's either going off to college. Maybe you're helping them, Leo, find, where they want to go, which is always good. All right, let's see what else we got. Okay, so some of you haven't been talking. You don't talk to your family every day, but they came to you to ask you for your advice. I feel they're asking you for advice. I do. I feel they're saying, Mom, Dad, can you help? Yeah, for the child. Absolutely. It's a new beginning. The child's asking for a location. Like, what's the best college for journalism? What's the best college for marketing? What's the best college for finance? I would say finance actually first because there's all these pentacles here. Accounting, what have you. I don't know why I'm hearing Purdue, Loyola, Pepperdine, Yale, Harvard. I don't know why I heard them. I mean, we know why. Spirit's just throwing out some names. Okay, so you're helping. Yeah, it's definitely. You and your spouse are helping the family, you know, maybe you're literally going to visit colleges. You're getting ready in the next maybe month or two to go visit them with the child. What's the best colleges? Let's look up all the information. What are your majors? Are you a double major? I feel someone's got a double major going on. Yeah, it's beautiful. Someone's saying to you, Leo, can you help me because you did such a good job with your other kids or whatever. This could be your grandkids. This really is about family. I feel like you and your wife, husband, live in, whatever, are meeting with family, deciding on what college to go. And it looks like it may be, okay, I'm hearing also Colorado. Okay, so how great is that? What a fun trip. Those are fun trips, by the way. I had a great time with Ellie, my daughter, going to colleges. That was really fun. And then, of course, when she got accepted, it was great. It's a great time, Leo. Good for you. That's just so much fun. You always want them to stick around, but, you got to cut those strings. So maybe, you're happy, but it is kind of like with this, it's just a little bittersweet, because emotionally it's the best thing. It's like, yeah, we got to let you grow and give you wings to fly. That's sweet. Okay. Now these are somewhat some of them can apply to a good percentage and others don't. So what are you going to do? Spirit wants that message to be given to whatever, for all the signs. That's how it goes. Virgo. All right, Virgo, tell us some good news, right? 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. Okay, if you're looking for a new job, you've been sending out resumes, and maybe it's you could have sent out some resumes because you're looking for a new job. I felt that strongly. Others of you may be waiting for, the reaping what you have sown with work. You've worked hard. You worked on a couple projects. Some of you worked on some things that you're waiting to find out what the next steps are. But I feel a good majority of you are looking at passive income opportunities, or you may be thinking about and contemplating, do I want to take a vacation? Where do I want to go? Yeah, where do I want to go? I think that you're trying to heal a broken heart. Oh my God, look. You are. This is healing a broken heart. and going somewhere, getting ready to go somewhere. Either way, you're healing. Okay? So healing a broken heart, and by just taking a rest. Maybe it's just getting your rest, but you are healing a broken heart. With perhaps a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you might have that in your chart. Yeah, and it could be some of you lost your job. Some of you are helping your kids, if you have kids. Some of you are helping them to get jobs because you have a good contact base, right? Like an old company that you used to work for. You're calling up your contacts. You're like the headhunter, which would be, Virgos would totally be headhunters. Okay, so some of you are upset about a job, or a child or children lost their jobs and now they need help. Or if it's a relationship, then so be it, then that's what it is. Moving on, trying to move on, and I think that the best way to do that is to take a time out. I also feel, just for a small percentage, that the healing that you're going through in a relationship has taught you many lessons that is also helping to heal your childhood self as well. Here's the child, and then you're, now an adult. So it's making way for you to move on and heal from what you felt. Maybe this pain of the loss of a relationship, Virgo, for some of you is about, is you felt that first cut is the deepest kind of vibe. And you really do need to just probably take some time out and really absorb what it's teaching you and has been teaching you over the course of time. I mean, that's what we're doing. The retrograde season in any retrograde is about reassessing what we've learned thus far, right? And sometimes it's revisiting those memories so that we don't repeat them, and sometimes it's revisiting to go back because we've learned and we've changed and we've grown. But for you, it's like, I need a timeout and we're not talking. So because Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, I do feel that you just want to be left alone, quite frankly. And I think it's a good thing. Libra, to help you. Libra, you could be out there dating and having, like, it's kind of like you're dating, you're looking what opportunities are out there. Maybe you're online dating, what have you, and just kind of like seeing what's out there. I feel you're just kind of weighing your options, checking out the situation. Is there anyone out there that, I would even bother to say I'm going to, put my time and energy into something, right? But it is about keeping a good attitude, right? Trying to keep it upbeat, but also not wanting to put in time and effort if it's not, if you know better. That's what I want to say. If you know that when you're looking at a profile or looking at profiles, it's not just how they look, it's how much time did they put in writing out their profile, what are their pics like. You have to read between the lines, right? But if they've taken time to really to write something about themselves, and we're like, and are not in the bathroom taking pics. Seriously. Oh, hold on. Okay, I got like ahead of myself here. All right, tell me about Libra. Some of you are already ready for a serious relationship, and that person could be coming back to talk to you to say, okay, what do you think? Yeah, some of you could have someone coming back that broke your heart, or you broke their heart. They could want to talk, which is interesting, because what are they going to say? Are they going to say they've changed? Do they want a relationship now? Are they ready? Because this means they're ready. So you may have someone, Libra, coming back to you that says, I'm ready. Okay, I heard I'm ready to risk it all. And you do, it's interesting because you have something about baseball. I don't know why, because of this, but I also feel like maybe someone said, maybe you're saying 3 strikes, you're out. You may just say no. So you could have someone coming back, right? Wanting to say, what do you think? What do you think? Or how do you feel about me? They may be just trying to figure out if you're still interested. And then in the same breath, you meet a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn who does have, let's say, their shit together. I do feel that someone has great potential, right? This could be great potential if they worked on themselves and they're ready, right? But if that's not the case, then someone's going through it, may want to revisit and have a convo with you, but you're already like, kind of like, I'm not going back. There's not a kind of like. I feel some of you are not wanting to go back to the same old. Yeah. Someone doesn't want it to end. Did they figure it out? I don't know. We'll see. Someone's coming back. And yes, I am going to find out about the King of Pentacles. And are they coming back for the right reasons, you guys? Come on. Look at this. They've been drinking to get over you, or you them, or both. See, I think, Libra, I'm serious. I feel like you don't want to be an option anymore, and you're like, I'm moving on. I have worked on myself, and I know my value, and I am happily single. I don't need someone who's going to come back and say, it's like it's the boy that cried wolf, coming back the same old. You can't come back the same way. That's why when relationships with the retrograde, or anytime a relationship tries to come back, are they coming back the same way they left? Come on. Are they? Libra. There's so many, and they would say that about us too, because we're human. Everyone has potential, but the people that have worked, whoever, especially with what's going on in the world today, opportunities may be slim, but are you really not going to be selective in who you choose when you have become the King of Pentacles? And is someone coming back because they know that it's, it's nice and cozy for them? It happens. They're not going to tell you that, but that's what they want. It's a very subtle, elusive, choice that someone makes, especially when They still have just potential. They have 7 of Cups, let's just say. We need 10. I mean, not need. We want 10. Look it. We want 10. I'm not kidding. Why do we have to hear that we should not settle for less? Because we've taken back the 7s and we want a 10. That's why. Those people that have gone back, Libras, whomever I'm talking to that continues to allow a 7 to come in and not be your 10, then this is who I'm talking to. Scorpio. Queen of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Fool. So, for some of you Scorpios, you're potentially looking back, right? You've moved on. You're looking back at maybe how your heart feels now. Maybe you're just looking at, you could just be looking back. Seriously, I think that you're just maybe reminiscent right now, maybe thinking about someone, feeling someone deeply in your heart that you really have spent time with, who feels like family, maybe who is family, right? I feel, Scorpio, you have many blessings coming in. I feel if you are married to and or living with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you feel very blessed that you are able to have this beautiful new beginning and be with someone who feels like home. They hit your heartstrings, and you find them to be very much a blessing. And if you do, Scorpio, have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius anywhere in your chart, then this is you. Saying that you starting over, a new fresh start in life. How beautiful is that? Oh yeah, because that's what you want. This is what you want. The 10 of Cups is reversed. So someone may have left your life that really made you happy, right? And now you're reminiscing about it. Yeah, look at this. Wow. So you know what, Scorpio? Spirit's saying love yourself first, and then you will attain a love so deep in the same way. It's like you have to love maybe you've been working on yourself, right, for a while. You have a 1, 1, and 1. You have 3 aces. So some of you may want a new start, but you have to see if you're ready. Are you ready? I just said, are you ready? And it comes out. I think you're ready. I think you're ready. You have 4 aces. That's 11, 11. Some of you know this person is your twin, and you don't want it to end. Wow. Wow. So a relationship that ended, you totally know that you're meant to be together. You're reminiscing of this person strong right now because we're in retrograde. Everyone starts thinking about their exes. And you're thinking about how sexy this person was and how, I'm going to say it, alluring, temptation. I got to ask, I mean, then what? What's after a workplace affair? Scorpio, who's having a workplace affair or who has had a workplace affair and you don't want this to end, right? Maybe it ended, but they made you really happy. You look at something shady here, Scorpio. Who's shady? All right, this isn't a personal, but it's not a personal, but I am going to tell you that if you've been in a shady relationship and you know that person is for you, you have, I mean, this is not a personal read. Again, you have to assess what part of this relationship or what part do you play in this relationship that makes it shady. Maybe it's not trustworthy. Maybe, you know, it's very difficult to be in a relationship with someone who is very confident, sexy, and knows their value, you know? It is difficult. You know, the air signs are diamonds in the rough. Or diamonds that came from the rough, I should say, right? They're gems. Not just Gemini, but Aquarius and Libra too. So you could be dealing with someone who you do find that they are your gem. It's hard to find, right, a diamond in a haystack. But I also feel that there's a sliver of what's shady there. So what part of that relationship, Scorpio, figure out what part of the relationship and or the lesson after someone has walked away. What are they coming back for? Are they coming back? Do you want to have something solid? Is your heart open? You have to ask all these questions for yourself. Okay. Sag. You know, I'm going to take this. I felt it. Knight of Cups. Sag. Ten of Swords. And Eight of Cups. All right, so immediately, I mean, it's not unlikely to have a lot of these reads where someone's coming back from the past and Saggy, you're like, nope. And or whoever it is like, nope, not coming back. Stop there, right? Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. So someone's being told, don't even think about it. I'm out. I checked out. Some of you are dealing with someone who mentally and emotionally has checked out. So if someone's coming back from your past, they're not going to get very far. And if you're thinking that someone will change their mind and or have an open heart more so than they were before or whatever, I would beg to differ. Even if you're trying to... The Eight of Cups with this cup that the Knight is coming in with, this person who is coming back feels strongly, Sag, that you're their person. I mean, whether or not you feel the same, I don't think so. I think you packed your bags and said, yeah, I'm out. This relationship allowed you, Saggy, to maybe, if you are going through it, maybe the dark night of the soul, but I also, and I've said it in, I feel I said it in your March read, that you're reinventing yourself, or I didn't say it like that. I actually feel that some of you lost your identity in a relationship and you're not going to do it again because you've learned. That's what it was. But it's still the same texture of Saggy needs to be independent on their own and knowing exactly what they want and what they don't want, and not to lose themselves when they find what they want. And that's what it is. Someone has gone through it, trying to, you know, you're going through the search of self. Self-realization for some of you, absolutely. Learning about yourself is so important, because not just because it's to help the relationship with someone else, it's to help the relationship with yourself and your spirit, your life, as you know it. It's working on self. You're also focusing on work and working hard. So it's, for some of you, I don't think that you are putting much thought into, you're moving on. Look at, you're seeing, you've learned a lot of lessons and you see the light at, on the other side that's helping you. And what is helping you is probably focusing and honing in on your work, your job, the people that you work with. You also could be asking advice just in general about, maybe you're asking advice from someone who knows you really well, like a bestie, a family member, how come this happens to me, or how they've walked through this road with you before, family has, and or colleagues, right? And they know what you have struggled with and what you have now learned about yourself, and wanting that independence, not losing your independence in a relationship. That's what you're working on. See, someone's coming back thinking that if they pop the question, that you're going to say yes. Now, if you walked out of a relationship, let's just say, and you may have no idea, and walked into a new one, you have no idea that this person is going to pop the question. Okay, you might get engaged, Saggies, or you're getting ready to. Yeah, look at self-love. That's when you get the level of love, of unconditional love, is when you love yourself. That's what Spirit's saying. Thank you, Spirit, for clarifying. And that is true. Loving yourself, and you're a hard catch. So, it takes a lot. It does. It takes a lot to get Saggy to commit. But it's because you lose yourself. And that's why relationships haven't worked. See, that's why I've said before, and I'll say it again. We chose the energy of not only the element, obviously, the astrological sign that we chose to come into this earth plane with. And for Saggies, it is, as you know, a very independent sign. The truth, you are riding the horse and half human, and that's what makes you so unique in oneself, is how you are independently, you are free to come and go in your own truth and do your thing. But what you have to conquer is that part of your sign being so independent as a person, also independent as a couple, in a relationship, in a partnership. And having self-love will allow you to see the difference. Capricorn. Capricorn, why are you losing sleep? Can't sleep, so worried. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Are you worried about a new beginning? Are you worried about starting over? Some of you may start wanting to start over with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Or you want to ask someone out and you don't know if they're dating, what their status is. I think that you're over worrying about wanting someone to see you and either start over again or be with this person. The 9 and the Ace is a 10. I think you just want to start over. If you're single, you want to ask this person out, and you may be like, I don't know, maybe they're, okay, I heard they could be like a friend of a friend, let's just say you have a sister and it's her bestie, and you're not sure if you should go there. It makes me feel like you're not sure if you should go there. Could it be your ex's friends or a friend of your ex? It's something to do with that. And you're not, or it's an ex relationship and you're not sure if you should go back to this one. I say this one because we don't know which one. Yeah, you're not sure if it will be the same old. I also feel it could be you're having issues with family members, friends. They didn't like this person. They didn't like the way they treated you. It could be marriage. Are you worried about... I think I do. I really do. I think that you want someone to move in with you, or you're already in a relationship that some people are not too happy about. I think you're like really happy, but others are saying, I'm really worried about you, Cappy. I'm worried that you might get your heart broken. I'm worried that the same thing will happen again. Some of you are dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but they may be from your past, and or they're coming to you and you're worried that the same stuff's going to happen again, which, hot and cold, that's what I'm trying to say. There it is. Some people are worried that this relationship will turn hot and cold and that this person will hurt you. Or maybe you're worried, I think you're worried they're going to hurt you again. But, love wants what it wants, right? That song. What is it? The heart knows what it wants. Yeah. Yeah, I do feel that the heart wants what it wants, but you got to be careful because someone's very detached. Oh, divorce. You're going through legal matters with this person. Paternity, child support. Hold on. Bumping heads. So if you are going through a divorce, or someone ghosted you, and you were really happy with them, and or vice versa, the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, was totally in love with you, but you couldn't see eye to eye. Sex was great, but that there's more than that, and then there isn't. So I think you've definitely setting yourself free and moving on. So if someone's even thinking about coming back, especially the retrograde brings everybody back, but I think this person wanting to come back, you're going to be detached and cold this time if they were last time, and or vice versa. It's not going to happen. Just saying. It's any retrograde, any kind of a retrograde, or trying to get back together with someone who hasn't done work on themselves or hasn't learned how to help themselves be with themselves, right? You have to have a time of solace. You have to have a time where you get to know all about yourself. And maybe this divorce or separation or someone left a relationship, I would have to say, Cappies, if you're getting ready to hop back on, get back on the horse again, I think that you should give yourself another month. Maybe the timing's off. Or if the divorce is going through, or you're bumping heads right now in court or with a lawyer about child support, property, all that. So God bless you. If you're really going through it, you're worried someone's going to, try and pull a quick one. Always be careful, especially because we're in retrogrades. Don't sign anything. Not just yet. That's why maybe waiting a month. Okay, Aquarius. 10 of Cups. I love it. Ooh, 9 of Cups. Getting what you want. I love it. Oh my God. Love, family, relationship, and being very blessed, protected by spirit, and getting what you want in a relationship. And this relationship is fruitful and very abundant. So someone has, I'm going to take this one too. Oh, okay. So this could be someone's totally happy, in love. The person that they love, I mean, they get along with their friends, their family, but there's something about, are you being tempted? Or did someone get tempted by someone else? Let me look at the devil. Why is the devil here? Oh, that could be the truth. You found out the truth about someone's behavior and or what they really wanted instead. You left this person, and now they want to talk, but they were toxic. I'm just saying, yeah. So you've been healing from a relationship, but this person that really made you happy, or that you're in a relationship with now, you know what? I've been saying this for a while to Aquarius. I feel that you're still harboring some pain from your past. I'm not saying you should go back. I feel like if you went through a divorce or if you were living with someone, whatever, I feel that you kind of I feel that this person really, they're saying, was enamored with you. They really love you. The family loved them. They wanted, and you wanted everything to be perfect, copacetic. It was great. But then after you got to know them, maybe they had some kind of an addiction that started coming in the way of, it became an issue in this relationship. Their addictions became an issue. And you brought these issues up, and that's how it ended. And now they want back in. They're going to come back. They're going to reach out. This person's going to reach out. Yep. But I'm telling you, the justice is reversed and judgment. This could very well be a divorce. And or someone's wanting to come back, but they want, it's for the wrong reasons. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn's reversed. Because they want, there's ulterior motives. There's ulterior motives. I really felt like you're really ready to just move on and leave the past behind. And even if someone does call you from your past, because we're in retrograde, I want to know about the devil and the Ace of Swords with the King of Pentacles reversed, judgment and justice. Tell me. Karma, drama, endings, and loss. Yeah. Okay, we already knew that. Maybe someone's having like a breakdown because they can't get you back and they don't know how to get you back. Someone's really, okay, Aquarius, you have been really getting deep into your spirituality, and you have raised your vibration to the point where you're not going to go back to people who are just using you for money or wasting your time, quite frankly. That's what I feel. And that's why I checked. This was a karmic relationship for you to level up and not be so, like, it's not like you're sitting here supporting someone, right? But they didn't support you. That's what I want to say. They were not supporting you in terms of, not literally, I just mean in your endeavors, in your job, what you do for a living. It was all about them. That's what I'm trying to say. This makes me feel, Aquarius, like they look good on paper, and that's it. What does that mean? They have a great body, they're sexy, they're dynamic, but they have a shitload of issues. Like, they drink too much, they smoke too much weed, they have no motivation, they breadcrumbs you, all of that. Whatever. Okay, Pisces. The Tower. What's happening? So, something becomes a surprise. There's a surprise. But I'm not really sure if it's... You hear of a sudden passing of someone. Or suddenly you're looking at your job and your situation. Suddenly someone moves out of the house, or there's people that move out. Like, meaning, are you living with someone and suddenly I'm like, I'm out, I'm done. I'm out, I'm done. It could be kids. But I feel something about this makes... Okay, it could be one of your kids loses their job and they need you to literally hurry, come to the rescue. That's what I feel. This is, can you come to the rescue to help with the kids? You have the death card twice. Oh my Lord. You're going to help someone out who has kids, and they need your help. They need you to be there for them. So you're going to pack your bags and go to help with the kids. Maybe a daughter, a son, and you're going to help. You're going to help fix it. If it's okay, it's also could be someone's on the brink of losing their job, or they can't get a job, and they ask for you to help them, and suddenly they get a job. So this is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that with the death card twice, someone really is going through it, thinking they're going to lose, like, their home. They're going to lose everything because they can't get a job. They've been applying, but to no avail, right? They call you up, Pisces. It's one of your kids. They ask you to come see them. They live in a sunny place, let's say. Okay? They're asking you to come to help with their kids so that they can go get a job, or they're having another interview. Maybe they need a parent to come and help them. This is a mother-son. So I feel the mother's going to help the son, again, the son, by coming to their aid, not financially, but to help them get a job, to be there for, maybe your son or daughter have kids and you need to babysit the kids so that the father can go get a job. The father is absent. Okay, I feel, and I'm going to say it, I feel that, Pisces, you're being called to help with family matters, And I feel that you're going to help someone to get a job because this person is really needing and has been internalizing their pain. But you know it because you're a Pisces. You know that they're hurting. You know that a job ended and they need money to pay their mortgage and they need money to survive and they have kids. So if it's you, then it's you. You could have a husband or you're the wife or whatever, and you have kids and someone just lost their job or lost a part of their income and they need to supplement their income. Someone could have a second job right now. Maybe the feminine is working so hard and the masculine needs to step up to the plate. And you are coming in to step up to the plate, which just absolutely. You're coming to their aid. You're going to help them. Okay? And that death card just flipped over. So someone is going to be saved and helped with the help of you. Yeah, look at, with your help. You're going to help save the family. And because I'll tell you right now, I feel that the wife of your son's wife or a brother-in-law or whatever is not happy because they are picking up all the slack. And actually, that person's not happy because they feel that your son and or daughter is slacking off. Okay, collectively, oh geez, these are massive cards. Collective, what's the collective message for the week of March 2nd, 2026? The chosen card is the crown chakra. Ooh, I love it. Saint Germain is the violet flame of, it is the violet flame of Saint Germain, where we open our crown chakra to as above, so below, getting downloads, working on our spirituality in the manner of becoming very connected to Source, to God, being very wise. It's an awakening. And every one of you that watch my channel are definitely on the precipice of self-realization and understanding that enlightenment doesn't happen overnight, and it certainly doesn't happen just once in a lifetime, right? If you don't know about the Ascended Master, Saint Germain, you could look Saint Germain up. Saint Germain was the Ascended Master that has and is probably already reincarnated, has reincarnated several times on the earth plane, very connected to the earth plane and to help the children on the earth plane to awaken. Saint Germain also, what was I going to say? Oh, holds the elixir of youth. So check that out. It's Saint Germain, the Ascended Master. And I hope you have a great week. And the last of the March readings will be up and coming the next day or two. All right. I love you guys. Have a great week.